want to meet you or whatever or whatnot. It might cut off. I don't know. I don't know. It still seems like it's going, but I'm going to still keep on talking. And she was like, he got a friend, he got a friend, guy or whatever or whatnot. And his homeboy want to meet you. I was like, cool, yeah, honey. Yes. Child, I was so excited, honey. Listen, I was ecstatic. You can tell me now. Honey, they was all working at this little plant together, but I didn't have no job then. I had kids or whatever or whatnot. You know what I mean? And so he would send her letters to give to me. He would write them. I'm like, oh, he write letters and stuff. Gee. And he would get a letter to her, and she would, after work, she would bring them up there to me or whatever or whatnot. I said, oh, he liked the writing things or whatever or whatnot. Child started talking to him, and then I ended up getting me my first apartment. So I never forget, he had a little blue car. It was a little old blue car. Oh, I was happy. Oh, you couldn't tell me nothing. I was happy. Got my first apartment. And everything was cool. He would come over there, whatever, whatnot. He had a cousin who stayed over there in the apartment or whatever or whatnot. And so, oh, child, I thought I was doing something. He got me an apartment, me and my kids and everything or whatever or whatnot. And then, so somehow, come to find out, he had a girlfriend. Found it out. And so, one day, I was in my apartment and my living room window faced the parking lot. And I seen the landlord walking this girl around. I guess he was showing her apartment. There was a vacant apartment across from me. And so he showed her the apartment and everything. Next thing I know, she was moving in. Come to find out it was his girlfriend. Child. She knew about us. She wanted to move across. She had found out where I live. She picked the apartment right across from me, honey. All I had to do was take 2 bunny hops and I was in her front door. Right? Okay, so, you know, he would start going over to his girlfriend's house. I said, oh. And she was working a little job. When she would go to work, he would come over my house or whatever. Sometimes he would come over there and stay for like 3 and 4 days. She couldn't find him or whatever. He'll be across the little hallway at my house. So when she would go to work, he would leave, I guess, and go over her house. And when she would come home, he'll be there. He wouldn't be at my house, but I knew what was going on. She kind of knew what was going on too. And so my girlfriend, my associate, so-called friend, they would come over my apartment, and one day they had came over there, and he was over there at his girlfriend. I was the side piece. And he would go over there, and we heard them over there fighting. They was arguing and tussling and going on, because you could hear it through the door. We would put our ear up to the door and we could hear it. Oh, honey, we thought that was the funniest thing. We sit over there and laughed about it and everything. And we thought we was kikiing and cocking and knee slapping and laughing because they was over there fighting. Oh, I thought that was funny. So Make a long story short, it was funny until he started hitting on me. It wasn't funny no more. Because not only had he been jumping on her, he started hitting on me. He started hitting me. And I'll never forget it. He had hit me and caused one of them, I guess, blood things, in your little blood clot, or whatever they call it, in your eye, make your eye red, the white part. And so I was going to pay my rent one day, and my mom, um, she was like, Mister, she was like, what's wrong with your eye? And I was telling her that I had hit a cabinet or a door or something. I can't really remember what it was. And so when we got down there to the landlord's office or whatever to pay my rent, the lady, the landlord's wife, she was like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm good. I messed up, but I'm good. And I never forget, she gave me some shades. She was like, here, put these on to keep the sun out your eye. Your eye look pretty bad. Never told nobody that he had started hitting on me. He started hitting on me, beat me up. So the apartments that I lived in, I ended up getting put out. No, it wasn't that. I didn't get put out. But they put him on trespassing. His girlfriend had him put on trespassing, if I'm not mistaken. And being that he couldn't come over there no more, meant he couldn't come see me. So I said, I got to figure out how I can change this. I said, I'm about to move from over here. I'm about to move in another apartment where he can, come see me, because I was an ignorant fool. Got a man over here beating on me. And his girlfriend to put him on trespassing because he beating on her. But you want to sin. That was kind of helping me out. So I moved to another apartment complex. Because I wanted him to, I wanted him to still beat on me. Ain't that a damn fool? So, moved to the other apartment complex or whatever. Got over there, started beating on me. Beating on me. And I was working. And I had went to work one day. My kids was little. They were little kids. And I had went to work one day. And when I got to work, my stomach was feeling funny. You know how you just, something come over you, you feel funny, like something ain't right. I just knew it was something wrong somewhere. So I said, I'm going to take me a cab home. So I called a cab, come get me from work. Got home. He was laying on the couch, drunk, or whatever. My kids didn't go to school that morning because they were running late. Sorry. Let me put it that way. I ain't going to blame it on running late and all that. Just sorry. Couldn't get up and do the right thing. So I had left him home with him. I opened the door up. We had gas stoves. I was living in the projects. We had gas stove where you turn them on and the flame come up, them kind. Gas. They was playing in water. They had to turn the water on in the kitchen. They had flour everywhere, and they had the iron on the stove. And I don't know whether it was my son Tony or Essen. They were spraying some air freshener over the stove. If I had, ain't no telling what would have happened to my kids if I had been an hour late coming home than what I did. That sucker used to beat me up. Do you hear me? Broke my nose. See my hand? How my finger done been out. See, I had to have reconstructive surgery on my hand. I think they took a tendon out of here and put it in this hand. Hold on, I'm going to show you something. This was a picture of me in the hospital. I had a smile on my face. You see that big thing on my hand? I had a smile on my face because I was so happy to be in that hospital. He couldn't get a hold to me. I was safe. I was protected from him. He drugged me. He kicked me. Everything. Everything. I'll never forget one morning I woke up. That's how I got rid of him. And I woke up one morning. It was Christmas. I woke up and my kids didn't have no gifts. We didn't have no food. All of our clothes were dirty. This Christmas Day. And I looked around at that moment. I opened the door of my apartment and it was cold. Wasn't nobody outside. And my little kids was in that apartment. And I knew then, I was like, Misty, you in bad shape, baby. You need to wake up and smell the coffee beans. And he was over with his baby mama, celebrating Christmas, opening gifts. They probably had a good meal to eat. And I was scarred for life, beat up, kicked, stomped. And me and my kids didn't have nothing. And I couldn't blame nobody but myself. Because I was old enough to know better and do better. Not by me, but by my kids. You know what I'm saying? If I were the woman I am today, back then, that sucker probably would have been dead. Mm-hmm. But it's a good thing. Things worked out the way they did. I'm free. I've asked God to forgive me for my actions and how I was. I've asked my children to forgive me. I've asked my mom to forgive me. I'm forgiven. That's why I try to do right by my children now to make up for the things, the pain I've caused them. You know, the things I've done to hurt my kids. I'm not going to blame it on the abuser. I'm not going to blame it on him. Some of the things are his fault, but some of the things I allow him to do to me, I take full responsibility. Sometimes you got to look at yourself and call your own shit out. You got to call it out for what it is. You got to call your own junk out. But I never allow anybody, man, woman, family, nobody to disrespect me or my family. Nobody. I don't care how old my kids get. They're going to always be my babies, and I'm here for them. I got their backs. Mm-hmm. All of them. Even my baby LaCourcia. I love my kids. And we all make mistakes. We make mistakes. You're going to make them. Some might not be as big as others, but you're going to make mistakes in life. We all do things we're not proud of. You know, we rip and run and we think we know it all. We having fun as teenagers and stuff. All teenagers are not like that. But for the ones, we make mistakes. But God has wiped my slate clean. He's forgiven me. And I pray that my kids have forgiven me. My mother, everybody. If I've crossed your path and did you wrong, you know, growing up, I apologize. You know, everybody make mistakes, but you got to be a man enough to own it. We make mistakes, you know. So if y'all out there, if you a man abusing you or you know, hurting you in any kind of way, the biggest mistake you can do is to let him know you want to leave. You got to have a plan out. You got to have a plan. Because then when the man know you trying to leave, that's when he really gets abusive. So I pray for anybody who's going through abuse. Domestic violence is scary because I was scared of that man. I was honestly scared of him. But if I knew what I know now, if I was the woman I am now, don't let no man hit on you. And women can be abusive too. This go for men too. Don't let women abuse you. Because women, they are abusive too. Nobody deserves to be in a part of domestic violence. Nobody. If God had not woke me up that Christmas day, I probably would still be getting beat or dead by him. And then the strange thing about it, when he got married, he didn't abuse his wife, but he abused the other female and me. And when I started getting abused by him, I felt her pain. I seen how he abused her and how he abused me. And I got the war wounds to show it. Women can be abusive too. Yeah, they can. And abuse is mental, is verbally too. Verbal abuse is just as worse as physical abuse. Anytime a man can stand up in a woman's face and just punch her in her face, that's somebody who needs some help. They need help. And if a woman can stand up and abuse a man, they need help too. It goes both ways. Yeah. It really does. It goes both ways. When a man hits you, he don't love you. He don't care about you. Get that first time he hit you, get up out of there. Because these men will kill you. Abusers eventually will kill. They go for women too. Women kill too. Get up out of there. Because nobody needs to be verbally or physically abused by nobody. Have a plan to get up out of there. I know it's easier said than done. Trust me, I've been there. People used to tell me, you need to leave him alone. My mama, you need to leave him alone. I'm tired. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that. You need to leave him alone. That made me love him even harder. I think I loved him. They say God take care of babies and fools. I wasn't no baby. It's a fool. And he got me out of there safely, God. That Christmas, I woke up with nothing. He got me up out of there. Because if I had still been a fool, I would have been dead. That man would have killed me. So on that note, listen, I want pray about it. Have a plan to get up out of there. Because if you don't, you're going to be dead. I'm just telling you facts. Dead. And you would think not once have he ever said, I apologize. He's not. And it's okay. I've forgiven him. I moved on. I got my own husband. I got my own family. I got my own. I'm good. But if you're going through physical abuse, domestic violence, have a plan, talk to somebody. Let the police know. Let somebody know that you are being abused. On that note, I hope everybody takes something out of this video. Like, comment, and if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Share my video. I love you guys. Have a blessed day, and always know, if you can't count on nobody else, you can count on God. He gonna be there when nobody else is there. Count and talk to God. I'm telling you. I love you guys, and have a fantabulous day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.